This video is a replay of a trade I took today. Now, it probably goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. I am not a financial advisor, and trading entails risk. Just because I got these results today doesn't mean that I can get these every day, nor that you can. Remember, the entire premise of the investing project and the $1 million experiment is that I am not an expert, and yet I am learning how to do this. So for heaven's sake, don't just blindly copy me. Instead, find a mentor, someone who is an expert, and join their community. Pay for their mentorship. This approach has worked very well for me, and it likely will for you too. So use this video partly as education and partly as inspiration. After all, if I can learn this, you can too. All right, had a short little trade today. Not enormously profitable, but better than nothing. And it was basically trading a reversal on this little bounce that we had here. So we've actually had a couple of days of sell-off recently, as you can see, and then a nice big bounce in the pre-market today. And this is really where we end up. However, we could see that on the ES, it's come up here, it's bounced its head up against this almost pre-market high several times. The NQ got a little bit higher than that, but again, it's not really been able to break out. It's been sort of a failed breakout here. And so I ended up looking at, once again, the M2K, the Russell, and largely, again, because I could contain the risk. I could keep it pretty low, just risking 100 handles to be able to come in and get into this, as opposed to up here where I'd have to risk a lot more in terms of dollars. So I took this trade here, and you can see this is the first point at which we actually had a red candle, and then this next red candle about to go below the previous one. So I put the sell order in there, and it triggered. Now this didn't end up being a giant trade like we've had recently. It ended up it went certainly 100 ticks in the right direction. It pulled the stop to even, and then started to trail the stop, which we'll see in a moment. And that's the way we managed to lock in some profits. Let's just give it a second to get there. Of course, it then took us out, but it allowed us to lock in at least two handles of profit here, or two contracts worth of profit. And so we'll see how that goes in just a second here. Okay, and so we're out at $55. So that's basically all she wrote. The first two contracts stayed at even, so we ended up with zero on the last two contracts. The first two contracts we made $55, so the whole thing was a $55 trade, and that's the very same sort of setup that has paid the full $500 in the last couple of times this past week or so, but not today. In any case, we play the hand we're dealt, and that's what it was this morning.